Welcome to the Shine Freely podcast. I'm Vicky. And for me, life is about going on an epic adventure to find the indestructible light inside of ourselves and to share it freely. My wish for you is the same as my wish for me, that we may shine freely. Hello, beautiful people. It is December 19th, 2025, and the solstice weekend is upon us. A moment in time, a time of darkness from which the light is born. And this is just my journal entry for the day. A reflection, a stream of thought flowing through me on where I've been, what I've learned, what it felt like in my body, and what I now know is possible. It might make sense, it might not. In any case, I open this book to you, anyone who's curious what my stream sounds like. Unfiltered, undirected, just flowing. This is it. It starts with darkness. Darkness is something I've come to know so well. It is so familiar to me. I spent 3.5 decades desperately trying to escape it, to outrun it, outsmart it, avoid it, deny it, ignore it, numb it into nothingness, make it disappear, resist the darkness at all costs. All costs. But it seemed to outsmart me. I was knocked off my feet over and over, and I no longer had the strength to stand up again. And as I lay there confused and broken, the darkness wrapped itself around me, and I had no idea what was happening. There was nowhere to go. I couldn't see. The fog was so thick, and I had no idea which way to turn or if I should even move at all. I had always relied on seeing the path ahead, but sight now evaded me. Where was the path? Which way did it go? There were no answers. If I cannot see, how am I to find my way? How am I to find myself? The only thing to do was feel. But I didn't want to feel. Anytime I let myself feel, it didn't feel good. It felt like pain. It felt like suffering. Depression, anxiety, despair, hopelessness, loneliness, grief, fear, terror. I must have done something wrong. I must have taken a wrong turn. It must be my fault. I must be bad. Is that right? I am bad. It feels like that. But why would I let myself feel bad? Is that feeling real? I had told myself for so long that suffering was an illusion, that it wasn't real. So why would I let myself think it was real now? But it is real. It is here. I am really experiencing it. I'm so confused. I don't think I'm supposed to feel suffering. At least that's what I've been telling myself. It's not real. Don't believe it. Don't feel it. Don't look at it. Don't give it any attention. But what would happen if I did? Would it swallow me? Am I afraid? In a way, I've always felt afraid. But at the same time, I've always known there's nothing to be afraid of. What is happening inside of me? What would happen if I let myself feel it? Well, there's only one way to find out. But there's so much noise, so many people expecting something from me. They just keep asking for more. That is what I've always given. I suppose they have no reason not to expect it from me. And that's what I should do. Focus on others, serve, offer, give. But I don't have anything to give them now. I'm trying to listen to what is happening inside of me, and it's really hard to hear with all this noise. They don't seem to want me to listen. They seem to think I've done something to them. I'll try to make it up to them. I'll try to do more. And maybe when I've finished doing all the things, then I'll be able to listen. But they're telling me I have to listen to them to do what they say. They're telling me if I don't do or say or feel what they think I should do or say or feel, that something is wrong with me. Well, there does seem to be something wrong with me. But even this fog cannot make me forget that no one can tell me what to do. No one has authority over me. I was born with this truth on fire in my blood. It is not separate from me. But they are so loud and annoying. Something is trying to speak to me inside, and I cannot hear it with all this noise. I need a different environment. I need a different pace. What am I even doing all this for anyway? None of it makes any sense. Just step back. Step away from all of it. Find a quiet place. A place where you can hear the birds sing. A place where you can watch the trees grow. You were never meant to be a machine. You were never meant to be subservient. Your authority comes from within. Turn inward and listen. But it's so painful in there. It doesn't feel good. Well, what does it feel like? It hurts. Where? Well, I guess I never really noticed where. Notice where. What does it feel like there? Feels like a boa constrictor squeezing the life out of me. If that boa constrictor could speak, what would it say? That it wants me to listen? And how do you perceive yourself as this boa constrictor squeezes? Suffocating, unable to speak? When's the first time you felt like something was squeezing the life out of you, suffocating you, leaving you unable to speak? Oh, there's a little girl there. She's only a few years old. What is she feeling? Fear. A lot of fear. But she can't tell anyone. Why not? Because they'll think it's their fault, that they're to blame for her fear. What will happen if they think it's their fault? They will suffer, and that means she's failed. How so? Her mission is to protect them from suffering. Her mission is the reason she's here. If she fails it, she has no reason for being here. What would that feel like, to fail her mission? A crushing weight that would shatter her into pieces. She is terrified this weight will annihilate her. And what would happen if she failed this mission? She would have no reason to exist. What kind of person would that make her? A person who is unworthy of existing. So if she expresses what she's feeling, if she acknowledges her fear, she will be unworthy of existing. That's a lot for a little girl to carry. Yes, that's a lot. But something feels different now. She calmed down. She's not quite as scared. She's so grateful we're here. She's never had company before. She was completely alone until now. She never thought she would get to reveal this to anyone. I understand what she's feeling. I can feel it in my body. She's so brave. How can a 3-year-old be so strong? She has no idea how strong she is. She's surprised to hear me say it. I'm so in awe of her. I love her so much. She needs to rest now. But she doesn't have to rest alone. She can stay right here with me. I will create a resting place for her right inside my heart. She will be safe there. She will be loved there. She can rest there. Wow. And that boa constrictor, I'm really glad it got my attention. I'm really grateful. I want to thank it. All that constriction and tension that I had been trying so hard to ignore. Thank you so much. I had no idea what you were trying to show me. I had no idea you wanted to help me. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being part of me. Who's talking now? It feels like curiosity and compassion. I'm so curious what is happening in here. This state of curiosity feels so open. There's no judgment, no aversion, just acceptance of what is and allowing. It feels like coming home, allowing what is to arise, allowing it to express itself, allowing it to cease. There's no resistance here. Experience is simply allowed to be, allowed to feel, allowed to rest. There's nothing to change, nothing to force, nothing to solve. What is, simply is. What is this space? It feels alive. It feels like life. It feels like that which gives life, the source of life. But what is it? It's just me. Is this what I am? Is this who I am? I am. I am. I am. What do those words mean? I am. I remember reading them in the sacred texts. Something happens when I say them out loud. I am. I am here. I am alive. I am living. I am allowed to be here. I am allowed to be me. I am allowed to feel. I'm allowed to feel without judgment or aversion to my feelings. I am allowed to accept what arises. I am allowed to embrace what I am. I am allowed to rest. I am at peace. This feels like home. It feels so familiar. And I can come back here anytime. I can become familiar with this place. Become familiar with. I remember that translation, a Tibetan word for meditation. To become familiar with. This is what I want to become familiar with. This source of life inside my chest. This allowing. It is effortless. It feels like a never-ending spring bubbling up from an invisible place, without trying, without forcing, just arising and flowing. It feels so nourishing. It is healing me. It feels like love. It feels like freedom. But wait, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I'm supposed to do what they said. They said I had to do it differently. They said I needed to use different words. They said I shouldn't have those thoughts and I shouldn't take my feelings seriously. They said I was confused. They said I had a mental health problem. I suppose healthy people don't feel snakes inside of them. They said I needed a pill. They said I shouldn't trust myself. That was my ego. The ego is the enemy. They said I just needed to work harder. I needed to obey their authority. But they are not me. They are them. I am me. I am. I am my own authority. Authority. I looked it up and learned it comes from the Latin word meaning originator. I am the originator of my authority. I am the only one who knows who I am. I am the only one who feels what I am. And I do not know what they feel, who they are. That is for them to know. That is for them to feel. That is their gift. I am what I am. And what I am feels like love. Feels like freedom. Where are the ones who feel like love? Where are the ones who feel like freedom? Where are the ones who feel the beating in their chest that chants, I am? I shall go and find them now. Now that I can feel what I am. Now that I can allow myself to be. Now that I remember that I am me. That you are you. And we are we. And we are here together. And we are free. Free to be. Free to feel. Free to heal. Free to create. Free to dream. Free to dance with the stars. This freedom, it is all right here. It begins with darkness, and the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There is nothing to resist. There is nothing to judge. I allow the darkness. I allow the light. And it is time for the light to shine.